Here we have the concluding verse of chapter 14, the Gospel of John. This really terminates, according to John, the upper room conversation. There's certainly going to be more that will take place, but it seems to take place in a different venue, since the conclusion here is that they arise and go hence from the, presumably from the upper room where they have celebrated the Passover. Jesus has just indicated to them that the prince of this world is on his way, but he has no claim to Jesus. There's nothing within Jesus that would be the taint that would give Satan some kind of access to his inner character. And that seems to set up then the concluding remark he has here. So we have all. This is the contraction of Allah, the strong conjunction, but hina takes the subjunctive, which is what we find right here. It means in order that. So in order that, and then know, this is from gnosko, I know, this is the third person singular aorist active subjunctive. And so in order that it may know would be the idea, but the subject of the verb then is hokosmos, in order that the world may know. And of course the reason he mentions the world is because the prince of this world is on his way. And so this is the action that Jesus will take to make clear that Satan has no claim to him, that everything that he does in a way that is in concert with the will of his Father, and that is his only loyalty. So in order that the world may know, hoti, conjunction means that or because. Here, of course, it means that. So in order that the world may know that, agapo, this is from agapao, it means I love. It's the contract verb, so we contract the alpha into the omega there. So in order that the world may know that I love, first person singular, present active indicative, ton patera, the accusative singular masculine article with the masculine noun and the accusative pater, father. So in order that the world may know that I love the Father, kai, the connective, kathos, indeclinable adverb, and then inatelato. This is from the noun entole. It means a commandment. This is the verb form of it. It's a deponent verb. So the root word here is entelomai, which is the third person singular aorist, active in meaning, indicative. It's passive or middle in form, really. So, and just as, and he commanded, he gave me a commandment. Like I say, entole is the noun form, so he gave a commandment or commanded. Takes the dative here, so he commanded moi, the dative singular of the first person pronoun, so he commanded me. And then hot pater, same thing here in the nominative, because it functions as the subject of the verb. So in order that the world may know that I love the Father, and just as the Father commanded me, hutos, hutos is indeclinable adverb, thus, and then poio, from poieo, I make or I do. This is the first person singular, present active indicative. So just as the Father commands me, that's what I do. Any claim, any attempt that Satan may make to try to grab hold or somehow compromise my loyalties or otherwise raise a shadow as to the intent that I have is going to be a lost cause, because I only do what the Father commands me. And then with that we have this concluding remark, ageristha. This is from agero, I raise up. It's in the middle voice here, the middle imperative. Second person plural, present passive imperative. The passive is being used here, of course, because it's raise yourself up is the idea. So be raised up might be a better way of rendering it. So be raised up, agomen, hortatory subjunctive, first person plural in the subjunctive. So rise up, let us go. Let us lead away, literally, but of course the idiomatic sense, let us go. Intuthen, this is an indeclinable adverb. It means out of here or away from here or go hence from here is the idea. So this tells us that the conversation continues, of course. We're going to have the next 3 chapters, which will give us the conversation that ensues, commonly called the upper room discourse, but of course, at least according to John, it's not in the upper room anymore. It's probably in some place along the way, maybe as they're walking along, or some other place that they find to spend some time. And so with that, we come to the end of chapter 14 and proceed with the conversation, this closing conversation that Jesus has with his disciples in the ensuing chapters.